You win. That is lemur as lemur get. There's no human characteristics in there. Look at their 3D reconstruction. America spends $1 billion a year in plastic surgery. $1 billion a year. In our nation, the most quote-unquote Christian nation on the planet, to cut something off, to suck something out, to stuff something in, to look like what doesn't even exist. She needs it. Looks like us. We're just getting started.
When you're looking at the whole body, you look at the quite short arms, quite short legs, not this very, very long legs and arms, quite a small, compact body, like us.
Man, we are in trouble. She has short arms like us. She's got short legs like us. What are we going to do? We're going to go look at the observational evidence, push up a cool little button again, blow up the arms, and take a look, take a look. Man, oh man, can you believe this? Ida has arms that look exactly like a lemur. Don't trust me, I'm a Christian. Let's go back to their program. Same program. Oh, she's got arms like us, she's got legs like us. Really? Same program.
Creating an accurate 3D model of Ida. Now the team can compare her skeletal anatomy with living animals in minute detail. Her body proportions and finger length suggest she's a lemur.
What was that? Her body proportions suggest she's a what? I thought she had short arms like us, short legs like us. By the way, it didn't just happen once.
But her body proportions and the length of her fingers are like a lemur's.
Guys, when you start listening critically, it becomes a game. I love watching programs with my children, my grandchildren. We're catching these things. We're talking about these things. But you see, you can only talk about what you know about. That's why you need to have answers to this stuff. Now, there's some more deception going on here. In the world of paleontology, if you want to get famous, you don't find monkey bones and you don't find human bones. You find an ape-like ancestor. How do you know if you have an ape-like ancestor? Very simple. You find something that looks like an ape but walks like a human. Humans are, most of us, biped, right? Walking on two legs. Apes are quadrupeds, knuckle draggers, walking on all fours, right? Look at Ida. She's not fully upright, but she's not a full knuckle dragger either. She's halfway in between. What a perfect picture for a link. But there's only one problem. Take a listen to this next quote, same program, where they compare the skeletal structure of Ida with a chimpanzee. A chimpanzee is a quadruped. Ida is a...
They are quadrupeds, walking on all fours, as she would have done.
So she's a quadruped, then why are you show her walking upright? At least 2/3 of the way upright, because you're being lied to. Parent, this is where my ire gets up a little bit. This is where I get ticked off. You know why? Because our tax dollars are paying for this lie to be perpetuated, and most of us don't counteract it. And I'm not saying being a jerk. I'm saying give an answer for the reason for the hope lies within you with meekness and fear. But give an answer. Unfortunately, not enough of us will do it. There's more.
You can see that it's got 5 fingers, of course, and nails on all the fingers, but also the tongue is opposable like us, so it can grasp things, it can hold things the same way we do today. It's already there 47 million years ago. It's a proper hand to hold around things.
And you're toast. Ida has 5 fingers like us. Ida has a thumb like us. Ida has nails like us. Ida has undeniable human characteristics such as forward-facing eyes and an opposable thumb. What are we going to do? We're going to go look at the observational evidence. We're going to push on that really cool picture of the hand, blow up the hand, and you know what? They are absolutely correct. Ida has 5 fingers. Nails. Thumb. Exactly like a lemur. Anybody remember the other quote? Her finger length suggests she's a... It's exactly like a lemur. By the way, you want me to quit talking on the topic? Very happy to do so. Show me anybody in your family with a toe like that. If they can hang by the tree by their toes, I'm done, you win. That is lemur as lemur gets. But she's got forward-facing eyes, Carl. What are we going to do? This really breaks my heart, the number of young people. I've had to cut a lot of stuff out because of time. Guys, I can give you quote after quote after quote. Speaking in camps, And 6 months later, 8 months later, young people who are seniors in high school and camp, they go off to college. I've got the quote on here. It breaks my heart. I've been 6 months at Tulane University. You told me that I wasn't going to have answers when I got here. I didn't believe you. I'm ready to chuck it all. Because when I got in here, they're just tearing me apart. I don't have answers for my faith. Parents and grandparents, you may not care a lick about these bones, but I guarantee you this. This younger generation is under attack. You better care about it. It's not about us. It's about a generation that 50 to 88% of the young people that are raised in the church at age 18 are gone. We've got to wake up. There's a battle going on. She has forward-facing eyes like us. Are you kidding me? Show them the evidence. Show them the truth. She's got forward-facing eyes just like a lemur. Why are we afraid of this stuff? Because Sir David said? What about what did Christ say? You see, we in the church, we're too easily swayed by the world. And just because Sir David says the link is no longer missing, that doesn't mean it's true. Be patient. Give science time. They'll catch up to reality. Trust me. Because you see, what happened was this. And it's happened with every link that I have been studying over the last 21 years. Big headlines. 11 months later, tiny headline in the back of the magazine or paper. Scientists lighted on Ida as the missing link. Why Ida is not the missing link? In order to establish that connection, Ida would have had to have anthropoid-like features that evolved after anthropoids went away from lemurs and other early primates. Here, alas, Ida fails miserably, so Ida is not a missing link. By the way, it only took 3 days. Hit television program came out, the link, the book, the t-shirt. 3 days later, it got blown out of the water, but it's still being used. Don't trust me, I'm a Christian. Let's go to a real bastion of conservatism, MSNBC. That's a joke. Missing link primate isn't a link after all. Remember Ida, the fossil discovery announced last May with its own book and TV documentary? A publicity blitz called it the link. And that's exactly what it was. They found those bones over 20 years ago. They were in a private collection. Guy bought them about 5 to 8 years ago now, studied them in secret, and then released his findings, and it just so happened to coincide with the 200th anniversary of the birth of Charles Darwin and the 150th anniversary of the publication of Origin of Species. It was just a coincidence. No, it wasn't. It was a publicity blitz. MSNBC called it like it was. And it's bad when they call it out. Experts protested that Ida wasn't even a close relative, and now a new analysis supports the reaction. A new analysis says that this fossil is actually as far removed from the monkey ape human ancestry as a primate can be. So when I have people like Mr. Krotmaker tell me that I don't want to follow the observational evidence with logical testable conclusion, that's not true at all. Because you see, as a Christian, I'm going to be held accountable for what I say to you. If I'm teaching you false things, that is a millstone around my neck, especially when I go to the younger generation. So you better believe I get in and dig because I want to know that what I've got is accurate. They don't have to play fair, and they don't. Trust me, come through the Smithsonian with me. I'll teach you how to lead a tour through there. Because let me prove it to you. Remember the guy that we've been listening to? He's been telling us how he knows the link. Remember? We've heard all these. Let's take a listen to him when he was talking and just giving an interview when he wasn't on the television program getting paid big money, and he was just doing interviews.
They need to compare it to existing primate fossils from the human line. But there are only fragments.
Sorry, I skipped the stuff trying to run ahead, but this is the quote.
We are, of course, not stating that this is our direct ancestor. That's too much.
What? What was the name of the television program? The Link. That's too much? That's not what you said when you were on that program. You were telling me this is the Link. She's got hands like us. She's got a face like us. She's got eyes like us. That's too much. And then listen to one of the other guys that was doing the research with him. What he had to say.
It's not a direct ancestor of monkeys and humans, but researchers say it provides a good indication of what such an ancestor may have looked like.
It is a member of the ancestors. We could call it, if we would put it familiarly, we are not dealing with our grandmother, but perhaps with our grand-aunt.